What's up guys, it's TheGearChange here, back with another video. Today I'm finally doing a Q&A. I've been meaning to do one of these with the XR5 for a little while now. Been sick for the past week and a half, which kind of sucks. Wasn't able to make it to meets or things like that, but you know, we're back. So I've got a few questions, both from TikTok and from Instagram. I asked you guys what you wanted to know. So first one is from my mate Braxton, and it says, what are your power goals for the XR5? So realistically, I don't want to push the car too much. It's currently got all the bolt-ons required for a stage 2 tune, whether that be from Dream Science, OEM Denied, UCC, etc. So that's exhaust, intake, intercooler, you know, all that sort of stuff. So also have a diverter valve on there, just, you know, which is somewhat of a performance benefit, but mainly sound. I'm aiming for just under 300 horsepower. Whether I will achieve that or not, I'm not too sure. Don't obviously want to push the car too much. You know, I've seen a lot of builds that get pushed to a point where, you know, maybe it's too much power for the car to handle. So, you know, 300 seems like a reasonable amount from what I've seen, especially from builds, you know, over in Europe that have done really, really nicely. Like 300 horsepower seems like a good range. So yeah, probably about 300 horsepower. Next question is from Leon. Fastest I've ever driven. So not that there'll probably be any cops watching this, but the fastest I've ever driven is around, I'll say this discreetly with like a wink, 180 is the quickest I've gone in this so far. I know lots of my mates have gone to like 200 plus, but yeah, that's where I've gotten with this so far, and that was fun enough for me, you know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to speed to have fun, you know what I mean? So yeah. Not an XR5 said, what do you think your next car will be after the XR5? Don't know, it's a bit of a hard question really. I really love this car. I've put a lot of effort into it, time, money, effort. Don't know, it depends on like work, other commitments and things. Ideally, I'd love to get an E92 M3 with like a 6-speed manual. That would be insane for a next car. Otherwise, probably just like a XR6 turbo of some sort, whether like it be like an FG Mark II or an FGX. I really like the look of the FGX. A lot of people don't, they think it looks too European, but you know, I like the look of European sort of cars, so I guess it kind of suits the style I'd go for. Got another question here from Light ST. As an EU guy, I've never seen an XR5. Is it any different to the ST model, or is it a US special? So the XR5, as you can see by the badge, is basically an ST Mark II. When the ST Mark II was released and then shipped out to Australia, especially in this facelift model, there were some key differences. So in Europe, I think they call it the ST3. Yeah, this car came with the honeycomb standard lights that I think you get on a Z-Tech or a Z-Tech S. I've since put RS LED rear tail lights on here and headlights on the front. So there's a few key differences, but realistically, it's the same thing as a standard ST Mark II. And another question from Jesse. Does Crackle map tune ruin the engine? I'm not one to talk because I do not have a Crackle map on this car. I just have a loud enough exhaust. I wouldn't say it's good for the car. You see it here and in Europe, a lot of people run Crackle maps. I guess it's like a fun party trick. It's so loud. Purple Focus ST. Whoa, that's nuts. You know, I can see why loud noises, if you're into cars, who doesn't love loud noises? But yeah, from what I've heard and seen, it puts a lot of stress on the engine, especially the liners, hence why people do block mod on these cars. But yeah, it's not good for the engine, it's not really ideal. So I've got a question here from Josh. have you replaced your oil filter housing yet? No, I have not. I've not done that yet. She currently only has 93,000 Ks. I only hit that the other day. So still 13, 14-year-old car. So, you know, I've got to keep up to date with like servicing and other things like that. So I've got to make sure, you know, it's all running right. Like any car, it's maintenance. No car's perfect. So you've got to keep up to date on it. But yeah, I'm pretty good with oil changes and things like that. I'm always keeping an eye on it because, pardon me, they are known to have issues. So, you know, it's always good to kind of be aware of parts that could go wrong or bits and pieces. Like, you know, I've got a list of what can potentially go wrong with this car due to its age. So I just keep up to date on it. So yeah. Got a question here from Lewis. Are you running no cat or a high flow? I am running a high flow catback. I considered the idea of getting no cat. I don't think either are technically legal. But yeah, this system's just a high flow catback. I'll probably insert a clip of what it sounds like here. As you guys heard, that's what it sounds like with a high flow catback. I was looking at a no cat system from Empire, but you know, I just stuck with the high flow catback and I'm very happy with it. It's loud enough, it makes enough noise for me personally. Like, it's not crazy loud, but it's got a nice balance. Like, if I want to drive quiet and, you know, be considerate and whatnot, I can. But if I want to, like, you know, give it the beans and have some fun, I definitely can. Got another question here. Thick VXR, how much power are you making and what's the 0 to 100 time? So I wouldn't know how much power I'm making because I haven't tuned it or put it on a dyno or anything. As I said, I got all the bolt-ons for stage 2 and it feels quicker than stock, but realistically I wouldn't know. I mean, from factory they're called an ST225, so I'd say I might be around the 240 mark-ish, maybe. I could be underestimating the power it puts out. I really do not know. It's a big reason why I want to get it tuned soon, just so I get like a clear indication of how much power it truly has. Let's have a look here. And I got the last question here from Talia. Mods you've done to your car. I wouldn't be able to list them all on all my fingers, but I guess I can tell you guys. So, flow designs, spoiler lip, maxed in rear diffuser, high flow catback system from Empire Performance. Got LED lights that I've put in the number plate thing here. The interior's got full LED lights, RS tail lights, dual reverse light kit, as you can see here. I've had the wheels painted in a gunmetal grey. My calipers are painted in a Porsche acid green sort of colour. Yeah, I got flow designs, side skirts, front lip. I've got a new gear boot on the interior and a handbrake cover that you guys may have seen in a previous video. Yeah, RS headlights, as you guys saw in the last one, which is pretty sick. So excited I got those. And then yeah, the intake and the diverter valve, which is probably the trickiest thing I've ever had to install on a car to date. It's so annoying to do if you ever do it. But yeah, I believe that is all the questions. I'll double check now. See if there's any other ones on here. Oh, got one more question. So it's not the one before, was not final question. Brandon, what's next for her? Right, so ideally, I want to get a stage 2 tune. I'm not sure who I'm going with. I'm leaning towards UCC. You may or may not have heard of them, but that's who I'm leaning towards, or OEM Denied possibly, or Dream Science. I don't know, there's 3 options. I want to see what they're like personally. Like, I want to go for like a ride in like a mate's car that's running one of those tunes, just to kind of get an idea of like the power delivery, to see if I personally like that and want that for this car. With its bolt-ons, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it does the job. It's fun enough, but I do want to tune it obviously because that's the end goal. But yeah, other than that, probably coilovers and spacers to fix my fitment. It's what I've been wanting to do for a long, long time, but I haven't gotten to it. I've kind of just been looking at other little things I can do to kind of accumulate like the build. But yeah, I got lots of ideas I want to like do to the car, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get bigger plenum as well, probably an AirTech one. But yeah, you know, it's all in due time. Like, everything takes time. You gotta like pay for all these parts and put it all together. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how she looks. Got to give it a wash after I finish filming this video. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That was really fun. It's pretty short. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I enjoyed doing it, something different. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and yeah, have a good one.